Now, yesterday, many of you already know that I did a video where we were talking about the BEE policies going to be eased in South Africa to be able to assist companies like SpaceX, to be able to assist companies like Starlink of Elon Musk to come and do business in South Africa. I mean, we went into details as to what is supposed to happen, but today I want to tell you what other institutions have been saying about the BEE policies that are in South Africa. I mean, as seen on the screen, you notice that a couple of months ago, I did cover this on this channel, by the way. I think it was 2 months ago. World Bank has also issued some reports, some statements on how easing of the BEE laws can obviously advance South Africa or attract more investments. I think they said this after Elon Musk Starlink deal was rejected, right? And now, seeing that South Africa is on the road to, of course, adjust their policies to try to cater for companies or for foreign companies like Starlink, it is something that is raising a lot of eyebrows to say that why? That does it have to be like this when Elon Musk complains? But I suppose that is the power that comes when you are the world's richest man, right? So the policies are going to be adjusted. We've discussed that on the previous video from the statement made by Minister Malati, who is the Minister of Communication and Digital Technology in South Africa. This is something that, of course, we got from him on Friday, saying that, look, they are looking at easing of the BEE, of course, requirements, right, to try to cater, to cover for the international companies to be able to easily penetrate the SA market and create more jobs. This is something that obviously a lot of people are talking about, and on X, I mean, it has been crazy there. I mean, they are saying, hey, our president sold our country and all that. And can I tell you something? Sometimes it's a very hot seat that you find yourself as a president of a country. That seat is not it's not an easy seat, or it's not an easy position, because it's impossible to please everyone all the time. You cannot, and you have to choose your battles. You have to choose how you do things. I mean, President Ramaphosa and his delegates went to the US to try to negotiate or to try to reset the relationship between US and South Africa, which that took place, but it did not come for free. It comes with this. For the relationship to go back to reset, we need to ease our BEE laws. Otherwise, they are going to come with, I think, more things that they will do to try to hurt our economy, right? So yeah, man, this is what is happening. But something very, very interesting that I'm thinking about right now is that, look, just a couple of weeks back, Microsoft, Google, and the others are going to invest billions of rands into South Africa when it comes to infrastructure for clouding. We have discussed that. But the question that I have is that how is Microsoft, how is Google, how is Cisco, how is BlackRock, how is PwC, how is Deloitte investing into South Africa with these BEE laws? It is doable, but of course, again, as I've said yesterday, the reason why this time around it's like this is because the world richest man wants to bring his services here, and bringing his services here, he's not comfortable with the current BEE requirements that are there, and therefore he's trying to do whatever he can to make sure that, of course, the BEE rules get to be eased, so that we know they are saying companies can easily penetrate the SA market, which is something that, of course, we read, right? So I'll be closely monitoring this, but World Bank also urged the South African government to obviously ease down on the policy. If you remember what World Bank said, they were talking about excessive regulations, where they said they've identified that BEE policies that are currently in South Africa, they hinder the economic growth and private sector development. They urged the government to review the BEE policies, urging that they circumscribe complex, leading to inefficiencies and potential corruption, right? I mean, World Bank also gave some of the solutions, like they said companies could invest in skill training, small business development, and research and development rather than selling equity to black individuals, which could simplify the system. So they are saying, how about this loss gets to be at least updated, the 30% gets to be eased, and more skill is to be imparted onto the South African people, or onto the previously disadvantaged people. But obviously one thing that I think we should all check, or where we could all check, this BEE, honestly, yes, it's 30% of acquisition of these companies coming to South Africa. It has been benefiting of the same people, right? People are not, or normal people like you and me, honestly, if we are to be honest, for this 30% BEE, or on this 30% BEE, we are not benefiting anything. But it is the same individuals that you would find that they are getting the 30% of these companies coming to do business in South Africa. So somewhere, somehow, I agree with what they are saying, because look, in as much as black people were previously disadvantaged in the past, but the people that are acquiring the 30% are the same people, or chances are very high that the same companies that are acquiring this 30% are the same companies, which therefore, honestly, we cannot really say it is working for us, because the same companies of the certain individuals are the companies that are owning this. And look, it's a good thing, man, but to some point we can't always have the same companies acquiring this. I think what would be better was the government also opening up for all the companies maybe that are interested on acquiring some of the shareholdings of these companies that are coming from outside South Africa to everyone. I think it was supposed to be that thing of saying all previous disadvantaged people that want to acquire stakes at some of these companies that are coming, this is how you do it. I think that would be better. I think, personally, me, I would also stand for that. But as it is happening, or what we are seeing on the ground, is that obviously companies that are benefiting from that 30% are the same old companies of same old people. It's not everyone that is benefiting from this. It's only the selected few. And can I tell you something? Even when Starlink comes, even if they are to ease this 30% to 25 to 20%, guess what? There's companies that are going to benefit in terms of owning that 20-25% maybe of what will be the new requirement or the new policy, are going to be the very same companies that have been acquiring stake at various, of course, companies that come into South Africa. So in a nutshell, all I'm saying is that, look, 30% has been good, has benefited a lot, has benefited some black companies, right? But I think we need to also look at, or the government must also look at how they can invite investors as a whole, open it up to everyone who has been previously disadvantaged in South Africa, to say that, man, come and buy. These are the processes if you want to own a stake into these international companies coming to South Africa. I think that one would be fair. Over and above that, the skill impartation. It's very, very important, guys, because what good does it help you just maybe working at a company or working at Google cloud computing maybe department, and you don't even know anything about cloud, right? You're just, all you're doing is just to make tea, all you're doing is just to do admin stuff, but you're not learning the actual skill that that brought Google to South Africa. I think skill impartation, it's very, very important, because you get to know how the business is run, you get to know how you do, or how those guys are doing their day-to-day, which that ends up leading also people, our very own people in South Africa, opening there also companies that are similar to the services that these big giants from America are doing here in South Africa. So there's a lot that we can discuss about this, and I see some of the people, or most people, of course, they are complaining, but if you sit down and just analyze all these things, just go have a look at what is really happening, you will notice that Yes, they say 30% BEE previously disadvantaged, but truth be told, if you have to check the companies that are actually acquiring those stakes at those international companies coming to South Africa are the same companies, which means that it's benefiting same individuals, same companies, and it's not even open probably to us. Even if there are opportunities where you can go and tap, I don't think it's that easy for you to be given the opportunity. Like myself, I don't think I can go maybe with my company and say that I want to acquire stakes at Starlink coming to South Africa. I don't think it will be that easy, because I can tell you now there are already companies that have targeted owning a stake into Starlink. But anyways, I just thought I'd come and give you this quick update. World Bank gave South Africa some advice on easing and what they could do. And in some way, somehow, in as much as it's really difficult to agree with this, but it's the truth, man. At some point in time, we just have to, it's difficult to really stand for some of these policies, because as I've said, they are benefiting only certain individuals. I'm not benefiting in terms of acquiring companies. But can I tell you something? I would love to honestly acquire some of the stake, even if it's not a big stake, just to know that you are part of the shareholders of Starlink South Africa. It would be great. So I think the government, not only are they just supposed to think about easing those regulations, but they must also start thinking along the lines of saying, how do we make BEE, how do we make people in South Africa previously disadvantaged to acquire the legal stake, or to acquire some sort of stake into these companies that are coming from foreign land to, of course, South Africa. That will be good. That will be good. That will take us to the next level. Otherwise, with all of that, just thought I'd give you this quick update. Tell me what you think about this. Let's wait. Let's see what transpires. But yeah, I'll closely monitor. Hopefully, maybe things get better. And one day we are also able to buy the stakes. I mean, of course, I'm a retail investor. I own Tesla shares. I own Cisco shares, and all that. I own quite a number of shares, but that is not enough, right? Because what happens to private listed companies penetrating the US? Because yes, I can say I own Amazon, I can say I own these other companies that are publicly listed in the US, but what happens to those that are not listed? I think it's something that we still need, or the government will still need to look at this one. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. God bless you.